Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Advice to Think Twice. My name is Monica and I'm here with our daily advice for the energies of April 22nd, 2019. Apologies, this is a little late. We had a long weekend here in the UK for Easter, and that happy Easter to everyone who's celebrating Easter. And there was some travel and enjoying the really nice weather. So that's why this is a little late. So we're going to look at the energy that surrounds us at this time, what we need to know about them so that we can use them for our highest good. And of course, stay tuned for the weeklies. I'll be posting them shortly. And for everyone celebrating your birthday on the 22nd, happy birthday. I'll be pulling a card for you at the end of the video. So these are the cards that we have. So we have the mouse. I know we had the mouse in the advice at the weekend. So the influence of the past on our current situation is the Queen of Swords. So with the Queen of Swords, this talks about cutting ties. It talks about mental clarity and acceptance. The Queen of Swords energy comes in after we process something emotional, after we've made our peace with it. And more often than not, we come to the conclusion that it's not right, but we have to do something with it. We have to cut it out of our lives. We have to just let it go. We have to accept that it is what it is, but still it's like cutting ties with a heavy heart, because we maybe hoped things would turn out differently, but then as we were processing it, it's a very rational card. As we were processing it, especially from the point of view of, is it fair, with the sign of Libra there, is it fair? Okay, we come to the conclusion that even though I don't like that it's not fair, it's not fair. So I have to take action to show that I'm not okay with the fact that it's not fair. I do not accept that it's not fair to me. Okay, in order to restore a balance in our lives. So that's why we see the Queen of Swords sometimes coming up in a way to portray a loss, a disappointment, divorce, breakup, separation, because it happens, the energy comes in usually after an emotional situation that we're trying to make our peace with, and when we have that mental clarity, that enables us to see if what we were hoping for is just wishful thinking and why, then we usually see an imbalance there. Then we usually see that it's not fair. Then we usually see the cycle. Then we usually see the pattern. And it's about, I don't like it, but I have to do something to stop the cycle. I have to put my foot down and express that I do not accept that this is not fair, that this is not right, which in turn leads us to cut ties. Okay, so that's the influence of the past. The cutting of ties, as it usually does when it comes to toxic people or situations, does this very, very good. In today's energy, we have the Empress. Now, the Empress is beauty, the Empress is abundance, it's health, it's happiness, it's love, it's growth, expansion. So it's almost like whatever we were cutting ties with was taking away from our beauty and our own abundance of resources, be that mental, emotional, financial, energetical, doesn't matter. And the fact that we have cut ties, the fact that we've cut that burden out, enables us to once again see, remember, or acknowledge our beauty, our strength, our resourcefulness, the fact that we deserve to be treated fairly, at least. Okay, the fact that we know that we have so much to give, and we do give so much, and it's only right to also receive. How she's holding the world there. So we become aware, or we remember that, hold on, what is my worth? This is my worth, and this is what I deserve, not in a cocky way, not in a selfish way, not in egotistical type of way, in a fair way. It's okay to acknowledge our own sense of value, our own worth, because that's how we know to keep things in balance. Okay, where it's not just we give, and then get taken advantage of over and over again. So by cutting that tie with, again, a person, a situation, a way of being, a pattern, a cycle, we now see our own beauty. We now feel more like ourselves. This is abundance of energy, of hope, of joy, of happiness. And we're setting our sights higher, okay? This is raising our standards to where they should be. To, again, not in a proud, egotistical, cocky kind of a way, saying, no, this is what I deserve. It's not right that I should settle for less, so I will not. You know, if I'm not surrounded by the right people, that's not going to make anyone happy. It's not going to make me happy, and I won't be able to have the right impact in the lives of those people, because they don't understand my worth, because we're not on the same level or on the same page. Again, that's not in an egotistical type of way. We resonate with some people, we resonate with some places, and we don't with some people in some places, in some situations. And that's how we know what's for us and what is not. You know, when we're in the right place, in the right situation, with the right people, okay, there are like-minded people, everyone grows, everyone expands their horizons, everyone benefits. When usually we're in a place we're not supposed to be, that's not meant for us, or we're not supposed to stay in, and again, that could be job, relationship, whatever, it gets uncomfortable, we get taken advantage of in the end, and really no one benefits, because the person or the situation we're dealing with is never going to see our value. They just see us as someone who's never going to leave, and someone who will just keep bailing them out, and so on and so forth. So they don't see our beauty, and we cannot make their lives more beautiful because they just don't think in those terms, if that makes sense. And then the energy that we're moving into tomorrow with, which can be the future of a situation or actual tomorrow, is the Fool. So again, starting a new path, but this is our path, what makes us happy. Because if we're happy, content, joyful, then we can, share that and make our surroundings more beautiful, and make the people around us happier or more beautiful from a soul perspective, let's say. And we can be who we're supposed to be, a beautiful soul who has a lot to give, and who is seen and respected as such, treated properly. That's all it's about. So we're starting this new path. We're letting go and releasing the burden. The Fool has nothing on his mind and on his heart, and no burden on his shoulders. He lets go. He releases it all, because again, we've completed this cycle. We got the lesson, and we cut ties, which was what we were supposed to do with it, with the information. And now we're starting this new cycle that will match our vision of ourselves, or our new or renewed vision of ourselves, what we want, what we deserve, what we want our lives to be, what we want our purpose to be. And that's exactly the new path that we're going to start, okay? And again, this is for everyone who resonates with this. If you're in a different path, in a different place on your path, and you're still going through the motions, and you're still going through the cycles, that's okay. We each travel at different speeds, and we each have our own individual lessons, and it will take us as long as it takes us to process, to understand, and then to do something with it, okay? But for those that are in this point, okay, of cutting ties, of getting the lesson and cutting ties, ending the cycle, that's where this energy is coming in. And if you're still going through the motions, if you're still going through the cycle, and you're still struggling with the emotional versus the rational, where I know this is what I should do, but I don't want to do it, you know what I mean? And this, you could see this as guidance, you could see this as like a helping hand, a helping message, where the guidance is, remember your sense of worth, remember your value, see yourself as the beautiful person that you are, see yourself for everything that you have to give, everything that you have to offer, and remember that there needs to be a balance in everything. And if it's not there, If it's not there at this point, it will never be there, okay? And do what you can to make your life what you want it to be, beautiful and loving. And that may mean starting a new path in a different place with different people, different energy, a different way of thinking, okay? The guidance card, we have the mouse. You're overlooking some important details, so pay close attention to what's going on. So this is, again, just asking you, it's like the Queen of Swords energy, asking you to look at everything. Don't be selective. And I'm getting like the example of when we're trying to make an excuse for someone, when we're trying to give them the benefit of the doubt, but we've been doing that for the past few months or the past few years, and they're not changing, okay? It's not the benefit of the doubt then. It's just making excuses and enabling someone, for example, and we all do it because we're trying to help someone, because we're trying to help them see who we are, or help them understand how we deserve to be treated, and so on and so forth. And in the end, if it's not there, it will never be there. If they don't see us by this time, they'll never see us for who we are. If they don't respect us, they'll never respect us, so it's looking at everything when we're making our choices, when we're making our decisions. It's not about being selective and only seeing what we want, kind of downplaying what we don't want to acknowledge, and so on and so forth. So this is about looking at everything will help bring clarity, and it will help put things in balance where it becomes impossible for us to pretend that we don't see something that's going on, okay, if that makes sense. So that's our energy for today, okay? It is beautiful. It's not necessarily easy energy to deal with, but it is transformative, and it's a reminder from God, the universe, our angels, our spirit guides, that we are loved and that we do deserve to be treated the way we think we should be treated, that we're not crazy, that we're not making stuff up. And if anyone tells us that, then that's a big clue that we're dealing with a toxic person or a toxic situation, and they're meant to open our eyes. We're not meant to try to make their lives better, because clearly it's not working. They're meant to open our eyes to that so that we can adjust our path accordingly, okay? If that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. So now let's look at birthday card for everyone celebrating your birthday on the 22nd of April. Happy birthday. And the advice is always be extra nice to yourself today, or at least on your birthday, and maybe start a practice of it. And if it's not your birthday but you resonate with the message strongly, then accept it as your message as your message as well. So the card is, I am worth loving. Oh God, can't make this stuff up. I do not have to earn love. I am lovable because I exist. Others reflect the love I have for myself. So I'm not going to interpret the card, but I think it really ties into the message for today. And however you receive the message, that's how you're intended to. Okay? But it's a beautiful message there. Wonderful confirmation. So there we have it. That's our reading. Thank you very much for joining me. Stay tuned for the weeklies, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.